telling us lies. Decide the fiction from the truth. Society's slow and tragic demise. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Everyone's got their fucking opinion.
There you are. What's happening? What's happening, world? It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, episode 430, Punk Island 2026. I hope everything and everybody is well. Hope there's good things happening in your life. And if there's not, I hope that being with us today will ease your soul. That is my wish. All right. What's up, Tim Fubar in the UK? Spikey, what do you say? Rich Zoller, Francis Sawyer, what's up? What's up? It's all good. Looking forward to today's show. I'm looking forward to interacting with everybody, having some interactions. You know who's going to come on and co-host with me today? I got news for you. My co-host today is an artist and a bit of a musician hailing from Long Island, New York. She's the co-founder of Women of the Pit, which highlights fans and bands of hardcore punk while supporting gender equality since 2020. Coming at us from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, the one, the only, Lori Dawn.
Oh. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I hope everyone is enjoying this warm weather.
Is it warm weather everywhere?
I don't know. I mean, it's nice here. It's only like 75, but I heard it was like, like 80s in the city, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would know. I'm doing
Yay.
a show today, but I go out in the morning and do my thing. But other than that, I have a very strict routine here with the show. Very
nice.
Strict. Very strict.
Well, it's nice to be back home here. I spent 9 hours on the I-95 in Connecticut this weekend.
Oh, you went and what you saw?
So Death Angel, Violence, and Incite in Norwalk, Connecticut.
Listen,
it normally takes me 3 hours. It took me 6 yesterday.
It kind of makes sense that those bands would be playing together. Death Angel, Violence, and Incite. It's like...
It was an incredible show, let me tell you. They're still touring around the Northeast. They're moving across the states. They'll be playing in New York City on Wednesday. So...
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Good. Let's bring on the hardcore Shutterbug to see what he might. What's up?
What's up?
What are you in the fuck? What are you in a playroom?
I'm in the playroom. I'm in the playroom. I'm in my nephew's kid's first birthday.
Don't lie.
Second birthday, bro. Whatever it is, third
Stop
birthday.
Stop lying.
I like the toys.
I know you live. That's your room. Finally, we get to see your room. Like it's like Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, right?
Right.
They made him like a playroom with a sandbox.
With a sandbox, that's right. My room, the walls would be padded though.
Freak. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 75 here. Actually, it's hot. Finally.
How's that Long Island Railroad strike treating you?
Well, I haven't had to deal with it yet until tomorrow morning. My part of the railroad is not on strike. We're not one of the 5 unions striking, but yeah, I still have to work tomorrow, so I just have to drive there.
Oh, is that right? Is Incite Max Cavalera's son's band?
Is it? I didn't know. I didn't know that.
It is killer.
Is it?
It would be killer. Yeah.
They were great, though.
Is that right? Is that right? Is Incite Max Cavalera's band? Son's band?
I spent so much time on the I-95, though, that I only got to see 2 songs.
Steven, how was you went to this? Oh, what the fuck?
Yes.
Hold on a second, man. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
It's Gremlins.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Let me try to figure this out.
Yep, somebody just said Richie Cavalera. So, yep.
Right.
Good bands.
Weird stuff happening on StreamYard today.
Weird, wild stuff.
Yeah, remove. Let me see. Let's try to solve this. Give me a second
It's
here.
crazy that our favorite bands, kids now have bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next wave.
The next generation. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is weird things happening? I don't understand.
You're just trying to bring photos up?
Yeah, it's not letting me do it.
Mm.
Could be a problem. Could be a problem to have a show with no photos.
Okay, well, I'll do some show and tell. I got the set list.
Wow.
I got the set list from this never happens.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I was up front. It was a pretty, it was an okay crowd, nothing too violent. The stage was very high, so there wasn't nobody made it up there to jump off of it. So I was able to get right up front.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got the set list. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
It was great. It's a great show.
Okay, my brain short circuited. How was this thing yesterday?
This was great. This was actually what is today? Sunday. So this was Friday.
Okay.
And it was excellent. In fact, obviously Mike is going around promoting Born to Kill, which just came out. First Social D record in 15 years.
Let me guess what it sounds like. A Social D record.
Yes. A damn good one, too. In fact, he had a bout with tonsil cancer all this time. So he's really, it's a great comeback. And he did Rough Trade the day before. And he did Looney Tunes. And I've never met him. I was really looking forward to it. And he was super cool and really gracious to everybody. And great stories. I mean, to me, he's one of the big ones. I mean, he definitely, it was really, I'm really looking forward to, they're doing 2 nights at the Brooklyn Paramount, September 11th and 12th with the Descendants and a band called the Chats from Australia. And, I never missed them. And it was just really great talking to him. And I know that, I think Cindy and Will Ramone were there the day before at Rough Trade. And I mean, it was really cool. I was actually off from work that day. So I went down nice and early to make sure I could get myself into good position. And it was really good. It was a really fun day.
Good.
That's awesome.
And while you're here, real quick, this Saturday in Tompkins Square Park, Mephistopheles Incendiary Device, Phoenix Within, and Star Car. That's the first show that we are doing back in our beloved Tompkins Square Park. So
that's going to be fun too. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're psyched on that. And here's a couple pictures you took through the years.
I know that guy.
Yep, I do too. I do too. He writes the really good songs in the band I'm in. He writes the good ones.
He's got a good CMI shirt going there too.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be back in our beloved Tompkins Square Park. Here's a couple of your shots through the years. I think this one is that Tony Winterwolf?
That is Tony Winterwolf, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of HR wearing the motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of HR when he was having an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
And Tony has that young HR energy anyway, so I'm looking forward to him doing something new soon.
Here's an OG one right here. These are all Tompkins shows that we've done through the years. This is Davey Gunner of End of Hope, formerly of Kraut.
Yes, yeah, they're awesome.
So like I said, if you're in New York City this coming Saturday, the show starts at 2, it ends at 6. Plenty of time to scoot over to the Black and Blue Bowl if that is what you're doing. ID will be on at about 4:15, I think. So everybody should come through.
It's going to be great. The park shows are always a great time.
Mm.
Bring
Hey,
your dancing shoes.
Yep.
I know this is probably one of our shows, but I have to ask, who is this?
Ah, that's Cartel.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. Yes. Got it.
Yes, that is Cartel. Yeah, that's Lena.
All right. Got it. Okay.
Great, like
Yeah.
gritty street punk kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah, they're
And
on our comp CD.
That's right.
Yeah.
Stronger together.
All together. Yep.
And this one, is this All Out War? They didn't play one of our shows, did they? Who's this?
That is All Out War. Yes, exactly.
Oh wow.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I think that's one of our shows.
Right on.
So yeah, that was that. I mean, I have so many. Like when we were talking about park pictures, I was digging through, and I have years of them, and they're all. Every one of them makes me go like, oh wait, I got this one, I got that one. But those shows are the most fun. They really are. They're so much fun.
Did you ever live stream the park shows? Joe Rumini of the Texas Silver Rush asks. No, we have never live streamed them. We have never live streamed them.
Come back here, you rabbit.
We have never done that. Jesus. All right. Well, cool, man. Have fun in your little playpen there.
I definitely will. I definitely will. And I am super psyched for this because I am really looking forward to
you
playing
are
Punk Island. Yeah.
You are playing Punk Island.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. It's going to be amazing. So
yeah.
Hopefully we have a day like today. Will be great, you know?
Yeah.
Could all get that sweat together.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're excited about it. And we'll talk about it some more in a bit. I'll talk to you later. Yes, signing up.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bye. You know what? I think I stayed out too late last night. I'm like, my brain is short-circuiting.
Oh, I know. I definitely stayed out too late last night.
Like I need to be in bed like at 10 p.m.
I was in at 2 and up at 6.
Yeah, there you go. What's up, Chris Contos? Bay Area represent.
Nice.
Let's bring our guests on and let's get to it. Let's see. Let's start with. Please welcome a San Antonio native. He is an interdisciplinary artist committed to bringing POC and LGBTQ plus perspectives to the fore. His work explores intersectionality in the United States and the Spanish Anglo borderlands. He has been published in the Human Rights Watch Festival, the East Hamptons International Film Festival, Maximum Rock and Roll, and more. Please welcome the lead organizer of Punk Island, coming at us from the Bronx, NYC, Mr. Antonio Rodriguez. Hey, man.
How's it going?
It's good.
Just one thing. I have been the lead organizer for the last 4 years. This year, it's Arlene. It's a multi position. Now it's going to be Arlene for the next 2 years.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fried today.
We just said that we were.
Yeah. So wait, you're lead organizer or are you head organizer?
I'm like a senior organizer. I've been around the longest, and I was the lead organizer for the last 4 years. The way we do it is we elect someone for 2-year terms.
Got it.
So,
and Arlene is the head organizer.
Lead organizer.
Lead organizer.
Lead organizer.
Well, let's welcome a Mexican-American publicist and the founder of Crystal Moon Public Relations, a New York City-based agency rooted in DIY and grassroots music culture that specializes in helping independent artists build authentic and lasting visibility. She is the lead organizer of Punk Island. Please welcome, coming at us from Yonkers, New York, Arlene Telly Viver Baristo. Did I get that right?
Close. Vivar is my maiden. Vivar is my maiden name, and Bierso is my married. I hyphenated.
I'm fucked up. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
Well, they're hard names. I get it, and I decided to hyphenate.
I'm like,
Awesome.
I feel challenged today. I don't know why. I'm stumbling over everything. That said, let's get into it a little bit, and let's sort of like let's chop it up. Let's start with you, Antonio. Like, how did you come up? Did you grow up in a musical household? How did music come into your life?
Oh yeah, so I'm from San Antonio, Texas originally. And for a long time, music is mostly like down there is like Tejano and conjunto music is really big. That's like the accordion music, Mexican American accordion music, and that's
Oh,
what
wow.
was always around. But you know, I got into punk sort of after high school and found the local scene. I was into metal before that, like a metal scene, but nothing that was really DIY, and that's really like for me, 210, someone out there from 210 for life. But I found a great DIY punk scene in San Antonio, and I really just came up with them. And you know, we have a few acts from back then um, that have sort of broke out nationally, like Piñata Protest, which is a conjunto punk band. It's an
Oh, wow.
accordion-led punk band, and Girl in Coma, Fea from San Antonio. Many years ago, I booked a band called Days and Days from Houston, who are also big Texas bands. But yeah, I just came up down there. I was running punk houses, and one summer a band called NCM came down from New York, New Paltz, New York, and they had just played Punk Island in 2008. They were part of the first Punk Island in 2008.
Wow.
And we just hit it off, man. I always put them up. They came down like 4 years in a row, and would play San Antonio after playing Austin for South by. And then when I moved up here to the city, they just connected me right away. It was June 2014, and within like 2 weeks of moving to the city, I was at my first Punk Island meeting at ABC No Rio.
Wow.
And connected by Pete Crotty from NCM. Yeah.
Did that must have been cool. Did any of the I mean, we're jumping around here, but did any of the bands that you sort of connected with down in San Antonio, did you get to revisit them and have them and have them play Punk Island later on?
There's one band, Amygdala. They're amazing. They're like screamo, and it's really great band. I never got them onto Punk Island, but when they were touring, they would come up and I would do benefit shows with them whenever I could. They're amazing. They opened for Seisha just a year or two ago. And they started playing they're playing the Black and Brown Punk Festival in Houston, but they're totally amazing. I came up with them, like we were peers. A band called Colonia, another sort of like screamo was the sound back then. They played some benefit shows for us, but you know, it's a long drive to get people here from Texas, so it is difficult. Last year though, we had a band called Noogie from you know Noogie?
Noogie. I love it.
You must check out Noogie. They're the best dude.
I love it. Noogie.
Totally great guys, and they played last year.
They sound, excuse me, but they sound like a fun band.
Yeah,
they are.
Like, if you're gonna name your band Noogie, it's like naming your band Wedgie. It's like if you name your band Wedgie or Noogie, you better be all about like fun. So, you mentioned coming up to New York. You came up for school, right?
No, actually, so I was living in Austin in 2012, 13, playing in bands there and booking shows.
Were you playing in bands?
Yeah, I used to play in a band, a couple different bands. Nobody great. But we opened for a few guys who were still around. There's a band called Gillian Carter. It's really amazing metalcore band that's still around that we opened for, and a few others. But I met my wife down in Austin. She's from upstate New York, and she's a travel nurse. She was in Austin for 9 months or so, and we hit it off. And I came back to Brooklyn with her in 2014. Yeah.
Did you go to Columbia?
I did. I just recently graduated from Columbia in 2023. And this is funny for people like from the Northeast, but I didn't know Columbia was like an Ivy League school. I had no idea. I just thought it was one of the better schools in New York. And when I applied there, I didn't. It was a stretch goal, stretch application. And it was an interesting experience. Columbia I could talk about Colombia forever, but I'm not going to.
Sure. But this is a music show and not politics.
Yeah,
But what I found really interesting, and when I asked you for some bio stuff, in your bio, you mentioned he graduated from Columbia University, magna cum laude, with $110,000 in student debt.
Okay.
And I can relate. My kid, we took out a student loan, and it just got me thinking about that whole process and student debt and how students get saddled with that debt, but before they're really off the launching pad. I thought that was an interesting thing to sort of bring up for a minute here. Your take on sort of that scenario?
I'm so glad you bring that up, because I think everyone should put that in their bios, because the student debt epidemic is just, my entire generation, it's been saddled with student loans and student debt, and I really want to make it more a larger part of the discussion. That's why I always put it in my bio. And what's funny is that most of the time people cut it out entirely, so we don't get to talk about it. But it's a life-altering amount of debt, and going into Colombia, I knew that I'd be coming out with that amount, and I had to make this decision where it was like, I grew up in the Alazan Apache courts, the projects in San Antonio, spent some time there, and just really deeply impoverished Mexican American communities. And when someone with my background gets into an Ivy League institution, you're obligated to go. Like, I didn't really feel like I had to, I had a choice to accept. And it's just about representation and just having more Latino voices and more people who are interested in race and ethnicity, which is what I ended up majoring in. It's just, it's difficult. It's difficult, as a millennial. It's just like something that we've been dealing with for the last 15 years.
And then the other part of it with the student loan is how they.
Wait, I'm sorry, 1 second. James G. Philosopher in chat. He says, my family is from there. My family went to Lanier High School. My brother, dude, the project, my unit is a block away from Lanier High School. It's across from the natatorium. That is my block.
All right.
Also,
Lanier represent.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. There's a photographer named Destiny Mata. Y'all have to look up Destiny Mata, and she's amazing as well. She also grew up there, spent time there, and has photographs from that block from like 10 years ago, and It's really, really amazing. Anyway, I'm sorry, I had to bring that up.
No, it's okay. Hey, Arlene, did you mute yourself?
I did.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, you guys are so good at this.
I know.
You know what it is? Because I've sat in with them on these Punk Island meetings. These two are very coherent about being respectful. One last thing on it, Antonio, which I feel, and because I'm familiar with the scenario, it's the 1-2 punch between a student loan and also they make credit card. Multiple credit cards available to young people who really don't know how to navigate these waters. So a lot of kids will be like, "Oh, credit card, great! This one, that one," and before they know it, they're hamstrung. And I personally, I just think it's an insidious sort of setup for young people to fail. Lori?
Yes, absolutely. It's disgusting. It's the interest what keeps you entrapped, because the interest rates on student loans as well are criminal. So when we were paying our interests on the student loans, it was like double of what we were paying on, what people were paying on their mortgages. Yeah. That's not right.
Yeah. 100%. Arlene, how did you come up? Did you grow up in a musical household? How did music come into your life?
So fun fact, I'm a born and raised Bronx kid through and through. And my parents were very musical, we're Mexican. We had the Maná, Molotov, all those good like rock bands and new metal bands from Mexico. So it was really part of my household at least. And growing up, I was an emo kid. I was emo kid through and through.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I went to Catholic school my entire life, and it's, you're in uniform, very hard
in the Bronx.
In the Bronx, I went to Monsignor Scallon High School in the Bronx.
Where is that?
It's right it's in Throgs Neck. You literally take the Q44, and it's the stop before hitting the Throgs Neck Bridge.
Deep into the Bronx.
Yeah, deep into the Bronx.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I like my high school years. I was like a student athlete, but obviously music was such a big part of my life and trying to express myself. And I was lucky enough to find the Bronx Underground in the 2010s, and they were doing church basements it's called First Lutheran Church in Throgs Neck. So it was all ages, DIY, like $10 to get in. Obviously, my budget as a high schooler, and it literally like one bus from my house to get to Throgs Neck. So I was lucky enough to have a little bit of that DIY. And once I went into college, I was trying to get more involved in the scene, and I was lucky enough to find Taking Back Queens, which is the Queens equivalent of what the Bronx Underground is. So I got involved. We were doing DIY, all ages shows in a church basement as well in Hollis Hills in Queens. And my mentor, I don't know, Richard Parker, he's the one that started Taking Back Queens back in 2003. He was at a point in his life where he was looking to pass on the torch to somebody, and I got lucky enough to be chosen, and I started doing monthly shows there, meeting a whole bunch of bands, especially because at the time there was a lot of 21 plus bars booking shows and not enough all ages venues, right? I was an old drink. I knew a lot of people that wanted to play shows that weren't old enough to be able to be let into those venues. So from there, I got lucky, heavily involved in organizing and meeting a bunch of bands. That's actually how I met my husband. We've been together for forever now. Love him to death. He's a drummer. And from there, before I got involved with Taking Back Queens, Richard Parker was involved with Punk Island, and he had a stage under the Taking Back Queens stage. And I took over. I got
you took over as you were the stage manager for the. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Cool. I got grandfathered in. He's like, I'm ready to pass on the torch. Here's Taking Back Queens. Have my stage at Punk Island. I'm kind of done. And by the time I was a senior in college, I was running my own stage at Punk Island.
Wow.
Awesome. What year do you think that was that you
2017. I graduated Iona in 2017. So yeah.
Right.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
And was 2017 I know I'm jumping around here, but was 2017 on Randall's Island, or was that still That
was Randall's.
Yeah.
That was Randall's.
Yeah.
I think 2016 was Governor's Island.
Yeah. And what do you call the place that was in Staten Island? Staten Island. I guess that's what you call it, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. I wasn't involved when it was Staten Island.
I played twice when it was on the sort of dock there. But we're gonna go through the history a little bit. But hey, Antonio, so what made you gravitate towards organizing and wanting to sort of wade into this quagmire?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, it was something I was already doing back in Texas. I was starting punk houses because I wanted to sort of repeat what I was experiencing. I think there's a lot of really interesting things about punk as a field of sort of it goes much past just the music. I find the music first and foremost to be very useful as a therapeutic tool, as especially things like the mosh pit, and being able to sort of process certain kinds of trauma. And that was the first attraction, right? That's why I got really into it. And then I started organizing shows and booking shows and then doing punk houses. which I don't recommend to anyone. But when I got to New York, I was looking for a scene. I was really looking to get involved, and Punk Island was at a pivotal moment at that time. That's when the independent collective was sort of forming, and it resonated with me because I had already heard. I went on tour out to the West Coast and heard about ABC No Rio on the West Coast, and was like, "Oh, these things are connected. There's structure here," and I really wanted to be a part of it. So that's why I got involved. And when I actually first got into Punk Island, I was planning on doing a documentary about it. So I shot interviews and I shot a bunch of footage. But the more I did that, the more I realized I just wanted to organize and be a part of it. And it's an annual thing, right? So we're only really organizing like 6 months out of the year, 9 months now. And it's perfect. It just comes and goes. You get to focus, you got to build your crew and work with everyone. And it's a great experience.
It got me thinking about what we do down, which you've been to, Antonio, that this our sort of back to the New York hardcore roots thing. We've done 75 shows through the years, all ages, free Sunday matinees. And a lot of times I've said this, nothing brings me more joy than when that environment is clicking and the community and the culture are coming together. It's really joyous, and really it's really interesting. There's an inherent connection there. I guess I got to keep it in the eye, right? Like for me, it's like a joyous thing. And look, a lot of the other stuff I do is me, and my films and my. But what brings me actually the most joy is when me and Larry Kelly, and when we do our thing. And I've thought about this quite a bit. I think it sort of burns down to like a basic tribal thing. It's just like people getting together and people meeting for the first time and bands forming it's a joyous thing, and I love it. Arlene, can you relate to that?
I definitely can. I think it's all about community and accessibility, especially, going back to the time where a lot of venues were, 21 plus, and a lot of festivals can, 18 plus, 15, you need a parent to take you sometimes. With Punk Island, I think we curate something special for sure that will give a platform to the younger generation. There's a lot of bands that this is their first experience for a festival, for any type of festival experience, and it's really exciting, and it's really excited to see them grow, form one band, form another band, and they become more talented as they, continue on, right? So it's exciting to see everything grow a little. I was a baby organizer once, I needed a helping hand, guide me through everything. And through Punk Island, I hope to be able to guide the next generation, because we can't do this forever.
Yeah.
Sure. And there'll be a lot of kids there it'll be their first show.
Yeah, a lot of kids, a lot of families come through.
And it'll inspire new bands. So yeah.
We were talking. What crossed my mind before was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like in this day and age in 2026, more stuff is going on for like young people, all ages stuff, more of an opportunity for really young people to get out and see music. Like when I was, coming up, get off my lawn. When I was coming up, like there was no such thing as all ages, and until the hardcore, until we got into the hardcore thing and started doing it ourselves. But I do feel, and I feel good about it, that there's a lot of avenues for young people to see music and enjoy music and do their own thing with their peers. And that's pretty great in 2026.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, it's interesting you say that. I think, I definitely think there's more opportunity. There's more people involved now. There's a much more scene. But like the A7, I mean, everyone at the A7 was like a child, like literally like 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Essentially an all ages venue. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's it's what we do down there is so great because so many young people are involved in it, and it's really touching. And for me, being sort of a first wave hardcore dude who went to his first show in 1981, it's really special when 15 and 16, 17-year-old kids are coming and saying, I love this. This is great. Thank you so much. And it's great. It's a great feeling. Let's talk a little bit about the history of Punk Island and being a little bit of a historian, Antonio. Could you kind of set the table? Like, what is the history of Punk Island? Because for our worldwide audience.
Yeah. This is something we've been working on a lot. We just recently launched the Punk Island Visual Media Archive, because we're trying to find people who were in those early years of Punk Island with photos and videos and stories. That way we can interview them and sort of flesh out the story. What we do have is a bunch of different documents and a few competing narratives about how it started. But from what we do have, we know that there was an organization called Make Music New York, and the original seed of the idea came from Make Music New York. They had a relationship with Governor's Island, and they wanted to do a punk thing. And the closest punk nearby to them was an NYU student who was their intern named Chloe C. Anderson. Chloe Anderson, do you have the photo? I sent you a photo.
I do. Thank you for the cue.
Totally. Chloe Anderson, who I still haven't spoken to. I have an email for her. I need to interview her. But she was a Make Music New York intern, and she was saddled. There she is. With the idea. So there were no official labels back then. There was very little organization, but what we can say is that she was the pivoting point between Make Music New York, who was, they're not corporate, but they're nonprofit arts organization, right, and they had no real connections to the punk community. Chloe became that pivot point, and she connected with another organizer named Slug Boa. I don't know a lot about Slug. I've never been able to contact him. I would really love to, if Slug, you see this, and chat. But it was really the two of them, along with another organizer named Justine McMahon, who's in a band called The Pigs, who were this original three sort of person thing in 2008. And it was Chloe from NYU, Slug, who was a squatter, and Justine, who was literally a high school student who had to skip class to attend meetings.
Was that original crew? Why did I always have the belief that sort of the Punk Island thing came out of ABC No Rio?
Well, yeah. So eventually it got handed over to ABC No Rio.
I see. Okay.
And the thing is that it was just the seed of an idea. And really, the people who attended the first 3 years, 2008 to 2010, there were a lot of different ideas going on, and there was no structure. So they were trying all sorts of things. Not everything worked. And when you got to 2010, after 2010, there was this decision that the grant, or the relationship with Make Music New York needed a more stable hand. Mm-hmm. And one of the most stable sort of real institutions at the time, and even now today, was ABC No Rio, which is being rebuilt as we speak and reopening this year. So it was sort of handed over to them, and they I was at an ABC No Rio benefit show last night and talked to some of the people who were there. They're amazing people, amazing organizers, and the sense was that they really wanted to get Punk Island back on its feet and headed in the right direction. And they did that for 3 or 4 years before the independent Punk Island Collective, as it sort of now exists, began to form. Yeah.
And this is from 2008. This is from the very first Punk Island, which was on Governor's Island, correct?
Yeah.
Which was an interesting place, because I was at no, I wasn't at this one. But I was out at Governor's Island. But seemingly, correct me if I'm wrong, seems like sort of like the first one looks like maybe there's like a Sam Ash sponsor, like kind of like a quote unquote main stage here, right?
Yeah,
There was. Now, I just want to make it perfectly clear. Now, Punk Island does not have corporate sponsorship, and we never have corporate sponsorship.
Right.
And everything we do is all volunteer.
Yep.
Me, Antonio, all the organizers, we're all volunteers. We don't make like a dime from this.
Yeah.
And what's so interesting is that I hear all the time that Punk Island is now somehow more corporate than it was then. But what's funny is that the first 3 years were the most corporate. Had the most corporate involvement. Sam Ash, Guitar Center, these huge brands were involved. And we haven't made a partnership like that in the past, whatever.
And this is the lineup. This is the lineup from 2008.
Yeah,
a lot going on here. Reagan Youth was kind of like the big stage, and also our friend Larry Kelly played, and he's going to come on in a bit. He played with Kill Slug, which was really interesting. But I want to point out, and I took this picture myself. Let me see. Okay. So these are a couple pictures I took. I mean, this was a couple years. I think this is 2010. But when it was on Governor's Island, it was interesting, and it was quite an adventure, because to get out there you had to take the ferry, and like that was kind of a cool New York thing to do. You a lot of like, punks on the ferry with a lot of tourists, and that was like a really cool adventure. I mean, logistically, I understand why it was difficult. But another thing that I just wanted to point out is okay. I took this picture too because I just thought it was sort of surreal. Is that Governor's Island, I assume part of the thing that, and I know Punk Island was like finding its footing early on, but part of the thing about Governor's Island that was difficult was things were really spread out and kind of weird. And so you got like, this band is actually playing, but things were so spread out that I think logistically it just proved to be difficult. Is that fair to say, Arlene?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is. I think one of the problems that I heard from that they were on golf carts and they were going around as they were planning stage plotting, picking out what spots look cool to have bands play.
Right.
And realistically, yes, it does cool, but you're going around in golf carts while, your target audience is going to be walking.
Yeah.
What a 2-second golf cart ride. It's going to be like 5-minute, 10-minute walk. It was just not realistic. It wasn't they weren't planning very well at the time.
Yeah. And right. Also, here's one, Antonio, that you sent me, which sort of, this is a little bit different, but this is Blackout Shoppers playing, I think, the second or third one, right?
Yeah. I include that one specifically to mention that they are actually playing this year. So this is from 2011. And you know what I love doing is with these old photos, just looking through the crowd and seeing who I can recognize. In some of these, 2011, an artist named Christy Rode also played. And she is amazing. Her current band is called Choked Up. And she's an illustrator as well. She recently illustrated something for Green Day. But if you just look through the crowd in some of these old photos, you'll see people that you know and recognize and love. Yeah. And it's really a treat to look back at these old things. But Blackout Shoppers, still amazing. They played our benefit in Yonkers just a few weeks ago.
And I think this is sort of falls into that category a little bit. I know both of these guys. I know they were a pretty big part of it, right?
Joey Steele, yeah, and Joey is the man. He's great. Arlene and I both came up under Joey, so Joey was sort of the lead organizer after the ABC No Rio thing, right, for like 4 or 5 years, and he's great. He's still around. He's doing a lot, and an amazing organizer, an amazing person. He's been tour managing. Yeah.
I definitely still talk to Joey to this day and pick his brain every so often when I need a little advice. Like, what would you do, Joey?
Right. Here's a shot of the Drew Stone Hit Squad playing Punk Island when it was on in Staten Island. There's just Tristan, and I'm sort of in the back there. But this was an interesting location as well. In Staten Island, it was how many years was it in the Staten Island location?
Only 2, and the deal is that the turf on the field at Governor's was being replaced those 2 years, so we had to find a new place. And the Staten Island, what was happening is the Staten Island Economic Development Council recommended that spot because there were high rises being built, so nobody cared about the sound. And we got that space. It was amazing because on Governor's Island you can only do like a 4 to 5 hour show because of the ferries, but here we could do an 8-hour show.
Yeah,
and it was a good spot. It was a great spot for us, but those condos got built, and they didn't want us there anymore. So
as you can see, we're playing to a rapt audience right there. It was, but it was fun. I guess I played both years because the next year after that, or before or after, we played. Antidote played. There's Tristan with the FUs, and I guess I played both years at that location. And I must say that sort of after the second year at that location, I was sort of over it. The location was rough, man. It was rough. Getting out there was kind of difficult, and it was all concrete. There was nothing earthy about it. It was sort of brutal, and then a couple of years ago, I guess now, I don't know, 3 years ago, I went out to support somebody that was playing Punk Island at Randall's Island, and I came out to Randall's Island, and I was like really blown away by how beautiful it is and how really well organized it was. And I just was like, wow. I was really, really taken aback by how you guys really rolled up your sleeves and really turned this thing into something special and found a great home in Randall's Island. Is it fair to say, is Randall's Island our home now, Arlene?
I would like to hope so. I want to stay there. I don't want to go anywhere else personally. Yeah. I want to say, what was it? 2017 was our, I want to say, first year on Randall's. We were there for a while, up until like the pandemic, right? And then we went to Maria Hernandez in 22. Then we did the American Veterans Pier, I think it's called.
I didn't know all this happened.
Oh, yeah. In 23, yes, in 23, and then in 25 we were back. No, 24. Sorry, 24 we were back out on Randall's. So 24, 25, now 26 we're on Randall's. Yeah. We decided to come back a little bit smaller after the pandemic, for sure, just to rebuild. A lot of our old organizers, moved on, wanted to do other things, and there was a lot of new organizers that were ready to go, but definitely needed more of a help, more holding hands, So it was just a much better idea to do in Maria Hernandez. We did 2 stages. 2 stages all together, all of us.
Right.
And then on the pier, we did 3 or 4. 3. We did 3. We did 3 stages.
RS asks, do you have to take a boat to get there?
No, you don't. You don't. Thank God.
Let's talk a little bit about getting there for our first time attendees. You can bring your car, correct? And there's parking, ample parking?
So we recommend doing public transportation.
Okay.
Over, because parking isn't guaranteed. We're not guaranteed parking as a festival either. So I would take the bus. I forget, Antonio, the
M35 bus.
M35 leaves you right in front of ICANN Stadium, and we're literally right behind it. So if you're walking towards the water, right there, and then there's a pedestrian bridge. You can, skateboard. You can ride your bike there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of open field, so definitely recommend that over driving.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. That's good for people to know.
Yeah.
And are there special amenities there for, like wheelchair accessible and things like that?
So we're working on that. It's been really difficult trying to have more accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's accessorize that people can coordinate according to how they need it. But yeah, it's a little difficult to have accessibilities on Randall. Something that we've definitely have been trying to get together since we've been back. But other than that, we do have like accessible like porta potties, so people that do need that will be there, and all the stages. Anybody that needs extra support or help, they could always hit us up, and we'll try to coordinate as much as we can with them. We used to have one of our longtime friends of the organization. I don't know if you remember Antonio Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
He was great. He played and he was blind, so he needed the extra support. And we would all, as an organizer, we would help him, like stay in the shade, have some snacks, stay hydrated. Who do you want to go see next? We'll run over with you. We'll guide you.
Yeah.
So we try to have that much of additional touch with people that do want it.
Randall's Island is not in Manhattan. Actually, Randall's Island is kind of it's an island between sort of Manhattan and Queens and the Bronx. It's sort of this little, and I grew up in New York City. It was sort of a forgotten space for many years, and really, I'd say in the last bunch of years, it's really been utilized. But I will say this, and I just thought of this as we were doing this. In 1993, I shot the Biohazard Shades of Grey video. There was a fireman training center on Randall's Island.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they had there was a subway car. Literally, it was a subway car that they practiced rescuing people out of, that firemen practiced. This is a production shot from the Biohazard Shades of Grey video that I produced in 93. We are inside that subway car on Randall's Island. If you look at in the window, the broken window on the right, you can see out onto Randall's Island, and you see me standing there. I'm facing the camera, and this guy, Drew Geritano, he has this homemade flamethrower that you see that we used in the Biohazard video, and here is a shot of me with said flamethrower on Randall's Island. But this is there was a fireman training center on Randall's Island, and we shot the Biohazard. We shot all that, like people. Like in the video, the band is set up playing in a subway car. We didn't go into the subway in New York and do it. They had this subway car at the fireman. I think the fireman training center is still there.
But let's just preface this by saying that please leave your flamethrowers at home.
No fire.
There will be no flamethrowers there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We have to say it.
I just thought that. I was like, yeah, okay. Arlene, I love this picture you sent me of you and your supportive parents. Look how beautiful Randall's Island is.
Oh,
I love my parents. They're the greatest. They're very supportive. They come every year whenever they can,
Yeah. So that's why I fell in love with it. That picture kind of says it. Like, it went from like concrete everything to like, wow, this is beautiful. And I love the bit also, you have like Manhattan in the background, like beautiful. It's just a beautiful, beautiful location. And, come out, everybody. That's all I could say. Come out this year. Great bands. We have a stay. It's gonna go off this year. So I'm real excited. Antonio, what are some of the biggest challenges that you guys face as organizers to get this thing happening on like a yearly basis?
What a great question. I think it's really difficult to find I don't have an answer. Do you have an answer, Arlene? I have no idea how to answer that question.
How honest do you want me to be? It's I think from an outsider's perspective, a lot of we don't make everybody happy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I feel like people have always something negative to say online about anybody we put on, anybody that they didn't get picked. Oh my God, if you didn't get picked, the amount of hate emails we've gotten, the amount of hate messages we've gotten online is just so overwhelming. And for me personally, I think that has been one of the most difficult things to have to deal with year by year, that somebody isn't going to be happy of all the decisions that we made, that we have talked about throughout the year. And I feel like it makes me a little sad. I've definitely gotten people like come at me personally, and I'm like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing to get over with sometimes. And it's also, people forget, we're like I said before, we do this for free, like I don't get paid. Like if I get paid, maybe I'll get over it. But
you could afford the therapy.
You can relate. You can relate, right, Lori?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, really anything that you do, there's always going to be somebody who's just like, this is crap, blah, 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 and you just have to, listen to the positive and have that drown out, the negatives and stuff. But yeah, people tend to get very emotional over things like this. And, unfortunately online gives them that megaphone for,
I just try to, we just try to concentrate on the positive and the good and keep marching ahead and just pay no mind to it. It'll move its way down the down the news. What do you call it? Down the news thread or whatever.
Yeah.
And Josh,
positivity.
And, oh, you know what, Josh says it sucks when you bust your ass for free and people still complain. You think? Bro, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. You bust your ass for free. You put your heart into it, and then someone will attack you personally. It's crazy. But while we're mentioning Josh, have you guys? I know you haven't, but I think you're going to enjoy this. How about the? Josh does the Hardcore Legends trading cards, and special for our little thing here, it is the Punk Island Hardcore Legend trading card, the Punk Island 2026 card. That is the front of it, and I must say, Josh, the back, man, you really outdid.
I love it.
You gotta see the back. The back goes off. Check out the back. Hold on. I mean, now what I try to do is I get Josh to do the card first and send it to me, because it saves me about 10 hours of research.
Tell me about it.
The back of it is really fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's really great. I mean, fantastic. I love it. Founded 2008. All ages, all free, all day.
That was Joey Steele's line. That was something he always used to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great line, man. I love that. All ages, all free, all day. I love that. Yeah.
Whoa, that is so sick. Oh my God.
Isn't that great? Josh, you got to reach out to Antonio and Arlene, and let's get him the call.
I like what Josh says. My stalking is getting better and better.
Yeah.
Your research, it's just research. It's not
right. Relax there, Skipper. Right.
That's great.
Yeah. Hey, let me take a. Hold on. Go away. Let me take a quick sponsor break, and let me get it out there and pay some heed to our sponsors, and let's come back and let's bring some of the musicians and some of the people that have stages this year, on, and let's talk about Punk Island 2026. I'll see you back here in a couple of minutes, you guys. All right.
Very fun.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Eddie's. I'll
All right,
see you in a
let's
minute.
go.
Let's go. That's what's up. Halftime. New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, episode 430, Punk Island 2026. Let's do some sponsor stuff. Got some surprise guests coming up to talk about their stages and them playing. We'll see you in a minute.
Since 1992, Generation Records has been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene. Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues, soundtrack, and reggae LPs, as well as t-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Will that be cash or in debt?
Do you mean debit?
Yes. Sorry. Another eternally satisfied customer.
Yo, what's happening? I'm out here at one of our all-ages Sunday matinees on the Bowery. I hope that you are enjoying today's show. I just want to let you know that the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live needs your support. Please step up. There is a Patreon page that has a lot of unique program. Shows are announced there first. Lots of good stuff. There's a PayPal address. Right there on the screen, if you want to make a contribution. There's also a super chat function. You could do that, but the bottom line is this show exists because of your support. We're going to be doing it for a long, long time. Thank you for all your support through the years. Back to the show.
Conditioned by indoctrination, conditioned by society. You're a victim of the digital age, a 21st century casualty. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Conditioned by misinformation, it's just the media telling us lies. Decipher fiction from the truth, society's slow and tragic demise. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Everyone's got their fucking opinion.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, I'm sorry if the internet is acting weird. A lot of weird stuff happening. But yeah, please don't be a Patreon. Don't be a Patreon. Support Patreon, please. That's how the show exists. There is the Patreon QR code. Please support the show. It's the only way we could march ahead. There's the QR code, and there is a PayPal address as well. But there it is. Please. If you watch the show, if you enjoy the show, please support the show. You don't have to mortgage your house or anything, but please support the show. That said, the fuck is going on out there? New York City, kids. Hey, a couple of upcoming shows. 1 week from today, The Big Banger. Waddy from The Exploited will be on the show. This is going to be utter chaos. So, very excited about it. A couple days after that, Jesse Malin has a new book, Almost Grown. A week after that is the New Music Show, featuring Creature from Rebelmatic and Scott Earth from Silence Equals Death and a couple other people. We love doing new music shows and bringing new people, introducing new music to everybody. Wednesday, June 17th, Fred from Bad Trip. Special guest Chris Enriquez. Kira, formerly of Black Flag, is returning to the show. She has a new solo album, Enigma, that is Sunday, June 21st. My wife Rochelle's birthday. Sunday, wait a second. On my wife Rochelle's birthday, Kira will be on the show. 1 week later on my birthday, Jeff Ladd, photographer, will be on the show. Wednesday, July 15th, Joey Vera from Armored Saint and Fate's Warning, co-hosted by Lori Dawn. Bob Burt, co-hosted by Joel Gostin. Blag Dahlia of the Dwarves, Sunday, July 26th. This has not been announced yet. You're seeing it here first. Jason Goldberg of Bad Luck 13, Wednesday, August 5th. And come on, another big banger, Milo from the Descendants on Sunday, August 16th. So, lots going on. Lots. The New York Hardcore Chronicles live circus keeps rolling along. So, yeah, Waddy. Yeah, still got Venmo, of course. Listen, if you're going to do this, you got to have Venmo and you got to have PayPal. Yeah, there's still Venmo. Please contribute to the show. First and foremost, this show in the park on Saturday is costing a chunk of change. So there you go. Support needed. I'm standing directly behind you in your Patreon video. Really? Wait, I got to ask about that. All right, so there you have it. Let's bring Lori back on. Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. Going up to my sister.
Really interesting so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be. I mean,
it's so hard to start these things up, and just the continuance is just so impressive.
Well, I got to say, I'm really honored to be a part of it this year, and I really respect. I know what goes into these things, and and you know what? Let bring Antonio and Arlene back on. Let's continue to right here. Let me put everybody in their Brady Bunch spots.
Yeah.
But you know, I gotta say that I'm really excited to be a part of it, you guys, because you guys just do a great job. And I was thinking about this when I was doing the dishes before. I just really enjoy being like a cog in the wheel here, and being a part of something bigger, and working with like-minded people in something like this. So I really appreciate it, and I thank you for letting me be a part of it, letting me and it's sort of my droogs and droogettes be a part of it this year. It's really great. My people, we're all really excited to be a part of it. So thank you.
Yeah,
we're excited to have you.
Yeah. Hey, who do we got out there? You know what? Let's pick a hapless victim. Hey, let's start with these two clowns. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, on their way to a gig right now, Phil and Mike from RBNX.
Woo! Okay.
What's up, you jamokes?
What's up, everybody? We made it to the show. Locals is behind us.
Right.
Nice.
Yes. Hey, no Cold No Show's playing right now.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Phil, tell us a little bit about, from your perspective, the Punk Island experience. I mean, you were the one that really, brought the New York Hardcore Chronicles back to New York Hardcore roots into it this year, and we're grateful for that. But give us a little take on your perspective, Phil.
Yeah, man, it's awesome for you to be a part of it this year. My personal story is my first Punk Island was in 2015. I played at the Staten Island Ferry Pier show with my old band Exit 17, and that was my first experience. And then the next year, Mike joined the band with Exit 17, and that's when we played Governor's Island, which we were just listening to about. And that was the first time we played. Unfortunately, that band dissolved after our friend passed, but kind of really lit the fire under us to keep his name going. So the next year, becoming both board members per se. We named our stage the Lunchbox stage in memory of our boy James Lunchbox Gunta, who is the guitar player, lead head honcho of Exit 17. So this means a lot to us. I'm even just getting choked up thinking about it because it's like
it's our Christmas.
Yeah,
it
it's
really
the Super
is.
Bowl for us. We do this for him. We do this for the kids. We do this for ourselves. We do this for the community. It just like it's everything. It's our legacy for him.
We always
We're
want to be bigger.
yeah, we're always shooting for the stars, and like we wanted to like bring you involved because it's such like-minded. Like you do the free shows, it's all ages. You know, like we do the same thing, and yeah, I'm really excited for this year.
Yeah, and it seems that by the luck of the draw, that I think we're down there in the corner with both our stages are together this year.
Neighbors.
Awesome.
I'm just going to touch on this real quick, Antonio. Being I'm sort of coming in, I'm sort of the low man on the ladder, which is fine. This is just the way it works. I had a feeling, everyone picks their stages. I had a feeling we were going to end up with that stage, and it's really the stage that we wanted.
Closest to the parking lot. Closest to the parking lot.
Closest to the parking lot. Down there. You know why I liked it? Because there's the tree. There's a tree there. I like the tree.
We want the shade.
I wanted the tree, and I know Lori. We haven't mentioned this yet either. This year, the Back to the New York Hardcore Roots stage, Lori Dawn and Women of the Pit is going to have a table, and so tell us about who else, Lori, and what's going on.
Oh yeah, so Women of the Pit will be there, and we'll also joining us will be Punk Rock Saves Lives. So they'll also be they'll have a table and a tent there as well. So we're really excited about that. I'm not really sure about the other vendors, but yeah, but I know that Punk Rock Saves Lives. They do great things. They'll be handing out harm reduction and signing people up for the bone marrow donor registry. So we love working with Robin. I cannot say enough great things about that woman. She's just a great asset to the community. Yeah, and it's just going to be a really fun time having them there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Arlene, can you for those that are sort of kind of checking this world out for the first time, it's Punk Island's not just about bands playing. It's not just tell us about what else is going on.
Correct. So we have our zine festival, and we have a different curated zines. Black Girls World is actually in charge of that. And fun fact, the zine fair started because of Antonio. And he can go a little bit into that. But we do have zinesters that come and curate their stuff, and we also host different amount of workshops throughout the day. So if you want a little break and step away from the music aspect of things, it's just like overstimulating, we do have a section where people can go get more information, just like how bone marrow sign-up's pretty important.
Yes.
Reduction, super important within our community as well. So definitely check out the Punk Island Zine Fair, which is going to be located right next to the official Punk Island merch.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Hey, while we're at it, a couple of our other friends who seem to be playing the same show that Phil and Mike are would be from Butterbrain, Aaron and
Hello, hello, Punk Island.
Can you guys see each other? Like we're
in our car. Where are you guys?
I was about to bum rush their car. I think they're like 30 feet away from me
right now. Oh, you gotta go. Yeah.
Hey,
That's great.
I opted for a more private location next to the sushi joint.
Scott Earth is also here right now. Do you know that?
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah, Scott Earth's here too.
Hey, Aaron, tell us about. We're excited to have you on the stage. Any thoughts as you freeze into the infidom? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did we freeze?
No, you're kind of okay. Give us your take on playing.
Hello.
Yeah, you, my friend, are out.
Are we there?
Can you hear me?
Are we back?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
I heard they were excited to play. That's what they said.
Listen,
Yes.
Super
as soon-
excited.
I could
as
hear
soon-
them. We're so close.
As soon as you have a technical issue on the show, like it's like you're thrown into it's like
It's
the
the
alien,
abyss.
like when the alien got blown out into space. That's
Tell
what
them to
happens.
get in your car. Tell them to get in your car.
Yeah, come on. Come over here.
Butter bread.
That's funny. Hey, can you hear me?
But yeah,
Yes,
but,
we got-
but before
All right.
you asked Phil, the whole situation with getting you guys involved with Punk Island this year. Obviously, you guys know we've been trying to get you involved for a couple of years now, really trying to like push to have more stages all the time because, like I said, it's our Christmas. We've also gotten Scott from DCPC involved. Hopefully, he has a stage next year. We want to see people, come in and flourish and keep going with it and kind of get the ball bigger. Always, it's always a great time. And then it's just in the same vein of the Bowery Electric shows, the A7 shows, or the New York Hardcore Roots stuff that you put on. So
100%.
we're so happy to have you involved this year.
Aaron, say something before you get blasted into the abyss.
I know the Jersey doesn't like my Wi-Fi. I will say this: that since I went to see Lollapalooza on Randall's Island in like early '90s, I've always wanted to perform there. I don't know if I got kicked off again or not, but
No, you're on. You're good.
all right, we're very grateful to the Punk Island crew, to you for having us. It's we're Butterbrain is all about this kind of stuff. DIY. All genders, all ages, free. Free is part of our agenda, and we love just creating music and being part of the family with our students. So we feel right at home doing Punk Island. Thank you guys for having us this year.
Cool. Well, thanks, Aaron and Sally Mae, and thanks, Phil and Mike. Go out, play a great show for Frankie. Of course, Minty Fresh is one of the show sponsors, and we love them very much. They're really good to us. So
Sounds great inside. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely take out if you're in, you're in the area, check out a show they're doing. They're doing a lot of great things.
go give them hell. And Phil, I'll talk to you this week. All right, Aaron,
sir.
Sally Mae, I love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Take care.
Be good.
Woo! We survived
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Phew. Next up in the cavalcade of stars. Hey, Nate, are you out there? There he is, ladies and gentlemen. A real pillar of the Punk Island thing, and a big part of our A7, the Bowery Electric family, and a big part of the My War thing we do too, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Nate Harris, what's up, man?
Yo, what up? What up?
Hey, what's happening, man?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling today. Today's my day off, so.
Yo, that background is sick, Nate.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
I like that setup.
A little background, yeah.
Very nice.
Hey, Nate, I know you run the Sister Rosetta stage.
That's correct, yes.
On Punk Island. Tell us a little bit about your history running the stage and sort of your experience with doing it, and why you've continued to do it.
So my history with Punk Island started in 2019. That was my first time ever going to Punk Island. I was already friends with Rachel, who was helping with one of the stages that the 1865, None Above All, and the Muslims played. And this was on Randall's Island. And it was like such an experience because I've always heard of it. I've always heard of Punk Island, but I've never like gone to it until that point. And then fast forward, I played my very first Punk Island in 2022. That was in Maria Hernandez Park, and that was with Winterwolf. We played that show, and it was honestly one of like an amazing show. It was such an amazing show. The energy of the crowd was just undescribable. And then I played an after show with Maafa, which was at a spot called Rubalad, which was where where we used to do after parties at. And then in 2023, that's when I first got initiated into being a part of Punk Island. I was a part of the Gilligan stage with Antonio, and I helped manage the stage with Antonio. And it was at the Veterans Memorial Pier in Bay Ridge, I
Oh
believe.
wow.
Yeah, that was in Bay Ridge, and that was quite an experience of itself. So many fun and not so fun memories.
Mhm.
It was great. And then in 2024, I got to run my very well, I shouldn't say my own because I was blessed enough to have Rachel Francis, who also does leg drop with me, to start Sister Rosetta stage. And 2024, we got to debut Sister Rosetta stage, which is an all black fronted stage that showcases black folks in the punk scene. And it was such an amazing time. We had Militia Vox headline, we had Alpha play, we had a bunch of our friends play, and it's kind of just been going since the year before. And now in 2026, I'm just happy, we get to bring it back and do it again, and and showcase black people within the punk scene as well. And overall, just my experience has just been one big learning experience after another, and I feel like I've grown to be more in touch with everything within the New York scene, and even learning how to like do things for myself, like becoming a much better show booker, show manager because of it.
Right on.
Yeah, because you've put on some pretty great shows. I've seen a lot of good things that you've been doing as well, and I'm really happy for you actually. So
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, I feel like the last 2 years that I've gone, not to take anything away from anyone else, but the Sister Rosetta stage was really going off the last 2 years, man.
Yeah.
100% how I feel too. And
Yeah.
Nate, I love that sort of like progression you've had with Punk Island. But in 2019, that was my stage that the Muslims played on.
All right.
That year, both Rachel and Joe Mercado, who's now with y'all.
Yes, Joe Mercado. Yes.
Really, that's what Punk Island's about, right? You're coming in and just seeing it first and learning how to do it, and then just slowly growing until you become what Nate is, which is an amazing organizer. And it's really about the progression. Back in 2015, Phil also played my stage in Exit 17.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's that same thing where you just keep gaining experience, learning how to do it right, and doing your own thing.
Yeah,
absolutely agree. This year, I'm splitting my stage with Insecurity Hits as a way to get Mike from Insecurity Hits started and to eventually do their own stage, because they've been a member for a while, but haven't got the opportunity to put a stage together. Not because they can't, they just don't feel prepared yet for it. So hopefully after this year, they'll be like, okay, I'm good. I could do a stage next year.
I have to say that Phil from RBNX, as far as us having a stage this year, I mean, Phil is really sort of taking our hand and walking us through it and really navigating it. I don't know if I could do it without him. I'm really grateful that has the experience and he's sort of really walking me through it, because there's a lot to it, and there's a lot I don't know and don't understand. And I think part of the spirit of Punk Island is that sort of thing. We hand the baton off to the next person, and then and so on and so forth. I really feel like that's a part of the giving nature of Punk Island.
Yeah. It's so much so that I call Antonio Dad at times. I mean, he's one of those. He was one of the individuals that taught me everything I know. So if you see anything that I do at shows, it's because of people like Antonio and Arlene is the reason why I'm able to do what I do.
Fantastic. Nate, anything to look forward to? I'm sure there is new and exciting on the Sister Rosetta stage this year. What are we looking at?
So headlining our stage is Locked in the Vacancy, which I'm really, really excited for. Diami, fun fact, is also an alumni of Punk Island as well, and it just felt really fitting to have him on the stage. My band Lake Lanier is returning to play as well. Yeah, you just have to stay tuned for just see what's going on our stage for more.
Right
Deami Bryant, by the way, he's amazing. He was the lead organizer back in 2013-12 during the ABC No Radio period. He's an amazing musician.
Yeah. If y'all haven't seen Locked in the Vacancy, like y'all are in for some truly amazing. Like he I would say like he's truly an OG of like the metalcore scene, and yeah, just absolutely incredible.
The Nate fan club is turning out here. On the New York Hardcore Chronicles.
Love it.
Yeah.
And also just on our stage, we're doing My War. We're doing the My War thing, which is a real celebration of music and everybody. And of course, Nate is going to be a part of that, singing "If the Kids Are United."
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to scoot down the hill.
I don't know about scooting, but I mean, if you see that I'm out of breath, just give me a second.
Listen, if you're out of breath, just hold the mic up and all the kids will sing it.
Oh
right?
yeah. You'll probably see me doing that a lot. Not gonna...
Hey Nate, anybody you want to thank? Anything you want to shout out? Thank you for coming on.
Of course. Just shouting out everyone in the hardcore scene, everyone in Punk Island. If you want to see me, I have a show coming up on the 31st of May at the Attic. Both of my bands, No Weapon and Extinguish the Code, is playing. It's Extinguish the Code's record release show. So come through May 31st at the Attic in Brooklyn, 20 Meadows. So it's right next to Meadows, Monarch, those venues.
Right on. All right, Nate. I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, later.
Good seeing you.
Take care. All right. Nate Harris, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. And I do feel that like the Sister Rosetta stage is sort of has been I don't want to say highlight. That's not fair because I feel walking around every stage has something cool to offer and there's so much going on, but they definitely have a lot of activity up there. So
I agree. I think they were smart in having a very POC Black focus stage and really focusing on who they are as people and their roots, you know? Yeah. And I feel like punk has not been very POC until most recently.
Yeah.
Last few like decade. But,
last decade,
100%.
Yeah. That's one of the things that's great about Punk Island is that the way it works is that we're all independent organizations. We all do our own things throughout the year, and we come together for this event. And so like every stage has its own community. There's like Brooklyn Trans Core that has amazing artists, all trans, LGBTQ plus focused. There's the Pigeon Pack, which is an amazing organization down in South Brooklyn, and they're more on the pop punk and indie spectrum. And there's all these really great niches, and that's the point, that everyone is sort of coming together and doing their own thing, and we all get to share the space together.
Arlene, is there a mission statement for Punk Island? I mean, I have a feeling it doesn't. But is there something? I mean. Or can you ad-lib one? I mean,
we do have a mission. We kind of do. I don't know. It's been so long, and nobody's ever asked me for a mission statement. Punk Island is New York City's only all ages, all free DIY music festival. That's our I guess our little slogan.
Yeah.
As far I feel like Antonio knows so much better at our mission statement.
Yeah. Didn't we write something?
Yeah.
We definitely did. We have it's so funny. We write a lot of things and a lot of procedures, just things that happen throughout the years that how do we deal with the situation? We should write something down for future generations to this is how you should deal with this thing. And one of those things that we wrote down.
Here's the last thing we wrote. Okay. The purpose of this organization is to maintain a collective of artists, curators, musicians, and educators. The goal of the collective is to bring the vitality, diversity, and intensity of the NYC punk scene into the light of day. The collective works together to prepare for the annual Punk Island Festival. That's it.
We sound so scholarly.
It's scholarly. I like scholarly. Come on now.
Right.
Collective. You sound like the Borg.
We are the collective. We are the collective. It is a collective.
Hey, Larry Kelly, you out there? See, I want to bring Larry on when he shows. I think he's working at Bridge 9, but I want to get him on to talk about real quick about the stage we have and who's playing our stage. But as we kind of move along, what does the future hold? I mean, Arlene, Antonio, like hopes and dreams for Punk Island. Like, where would you like to see it go?
I want it to be self-sufficient as much as possible. I very much try to keep us as organized as I can. So I definitely have a streamlined system so that future organizers know how to do what we do. And maybe down the line, they'll be like, oh, other organizers like in the middle America, the West Coast, they want to do their own Punk Island, have a blueprint of what we do here. Yeah.
Antonio?
I'm really, really satisfied with the size of Punk Island right now. Like, I think people can get stuck in this growth mindset where it needs to be bigger and bigger and bigger always.
Right.
But I think we're of really good size. We reach a lot of people. It's not so big that it becomes, unwieldy or dangerous. You have 1,000, 2,000 people in the field, and that would be a problem. But we are representing aspects of the tri-state area. We're bringing people together, and we're doing really good work. If we stayed at this size for the next 20 years, that would be a dream. That would be amazing. Because what we're doing is really valuable, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Let me, Antonio, you sent me a couple photos. I just want to ask you about a couple of them. Just kind of a show and tell. Who's this?
Oh, that's Jigsaw Youth. This is 2017. I don't know if y'all know Jigsaw Youth. They're from Staten Island. A great young band. They have a completely different vibe now, and they do national tours. Totally amazing. It's like grunge. Check out Jigsaw Youth. They're really, really good. I would love for them to come back.
Wow.
But what's really cool is they're so young there, and that's the whole point, right? We find these people, especially in the tri-state, who there's amazing artists everywhere, and finding them early and platforming them and helping them on their journey is the whole point.
Yeah. Here's another one. How's that?
So this is the man, Pete Crotty. Pete Crotty. This is the band NCM, and he was at the first Punk Island. He ran a stage in 2008. And he's the guy who was on tour down to Texas, who I became very good friends with. And fun fact, he also officiated my wedding. He's a great dude. He's a music educator up in New Paltz, New York, which is a big college town. And he's an amazing dude. As of right now, NCM, his band, has played Punk Island more than any other band.
Is that right?
Yeah. And it's because he's been involved since day one.
I guess that kind of leads into this next question. What's the process and what are the parameters with bands playing Punk Island? Arlene, could you play like multiple years in a row? How does it, like if a band's, let's say, and I'm sure there are people in bands watching this now, like if somebody wanted to play next year, like what is that process?
That's so funny. Nobody has ever asked us to go into detail about this. That's a great question. So we do have a couple parameters. We open up submissions every year. This year, we were lucky enough to get over like 1,200 submissions, unique submissions, not repeating. Like I sent like 5 submissions. So we were very lucky. It was a lot of music to listen to and sift through. So we make it a point to go through all of those submissions, and every single stage is required to pick 2 new bloods, which are bands that you've never heard of before. You come straight from the submission and you've never worked with before. Okay. Unknown people. You bring them on, they're part of your set, your bill. They cannot be openers. You know, you have to give them like a pretty decent spot just because they're new people, you know, you can't just hook up your homies. Then every stage also has is allowed 2 organizer bands, which means that, for instance, RBNX is an organizing band for the Lunchbox stage. Because they, you know, backline everything, they prepare all that, the whole stage. So obviously all the hard work they do, they're gonna want to play. Just like Nate is in Lake Lanier, they're playing his stage, he's an organizer, right?
Or even what we're doing with My War, right? It's like
exactly, organizer band. So you only have 2, so that's just 4 spots down.
Sure.
And then we have a rule where if a band, so they're not your organizer band, they're not your new blood band, you want to bring back, it has to be, they cannot play for the last 2 years. So if we're booking for 2026 right now, they could not be playing 2025, 2024, but they could have been playing 2023.
Okay.
So they can come back in 2026. But if they're playing, so like a new band plays in 2026, they have to wait at least 2 years. So they will be back until 29.
Right.
And just to try to bring in as many new faces as possible.
Love it. Yeah.
I like how there's like what do you call it? It's like a fail swift. It's like a limiter, like a tripwire, a fail safe. Like, yeah, you can't just like put all your homies on, and you have to do that. I think it just translated into a very fair environment where a lot of people really get an opportunity to play. It's not just someone can hoard it up and just sort of do something crazy. Things happen with these things, right? Like, hey, I got a stage. Anybody want to play? You know, give me something under the table or whatever.
No, definitely. Which is why it's also really important if like you're applying for XYZ band, right? We ask, when was the last time you played? I mean, we obviously keep track of when people play, but I was like, when was the last time play? And some people were like, well, we played back in 2024, but I have all new members, so it's a different band. But I'm like, you're still running under the same name.
Yeah,
I'm not
sure. Let me bring on really the driving force behind the Back to the New York Hardcore Roots series, coming at us from Bridge 9 Records in Boston, Massachusetts, Mr. Larry Kelly. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good, man.
Cool. I had Chris here for.
It looks like you got your internet act together over there, huh?
Yeah, this is just on my phone, and so I have my computer in the back. I have I got all sorts of setups. We have a new iPod station thing in the basement. You're gonna see this. So when you come up here, Drew, and you need to do your show, you could do it in the basement. We have a whole studio now.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice try to lure me into the basement.
Yeah. I can't come to Boston because I got a show the next day. Do the show here.
That has always been my excuse. Like, I can't go. I have my show the next day. But now I guess I can.
We tricked it all out for you.
So we're excited, right, Larry?
Oh, totally excited. We're excited for this weekend. We're excited for Waddy. I'm excited about that other guy you haven't announced that you got on the show. I'm really digging that.
Yeah,
it's a secret. So one of the things is I played the first Punk Island show with my old band Kill Slug. And we had a great time. It was on the big stage, direct supporter, Reagan Youth. We had a lot of fun. My singer was going on about how the Red Sox beat the Yankees and things like that. Ha ha, we won, you didn't. And, he had his Santa Claus that he was cutting up with his Sawzall, the usual kind of silly stuff. So I really like Punk Island. I think it's a good thing to do, good organization, which I know is morphed over time. And come back and gone away with different people and all that stuff. So I'm excited for this show.
Yeah.
And you were just talking about bands and organizer bands, and the band, there's disorganizer bands too. But one of the criterias we have about bands that want to play the Bowery shows and the park shows is, do you come to the show? Do you come and support, or do you just see it online, you want to play it? So I think that having bands that show up to the Punk Island and say, hey, how do we play next year? We showed up, we're here. And that should have some juice with them. So
yeah, I was gonna ask about that too. Like, do you take volunteers? Do you have a volunteer corps? Like, where do you if somebody wants to volunteer, somebody sees the show and wants to volunteer?
Yeah.
How do you make that happen?
Absolutely. Actually, we all have different tasks, and Antonio's our volunteer coordinator.
Awesome.
Yeah,
nice.
it's something I'm trying to really do a lot more with. In the past, we normally get around 70 people apply to be volunteers.
Wow.
But on the day of, only like 3 or 4 show up and actually do some work. So really this year, I'm trying to engage much more with the people who apply. We met with a bunch. There's about 30 or 40 people who came to a meeting online and talked to us and let us know what their deal was. And so when we do open submissions at the beginning of every year, we do bands, zine people, volunteers, and workshops. So you can apply to do any of those things. And I think the process has gone really well. And, hopefully we can build some relationships. Because again, the point is to sort of develop organizers over time. And, people come to a show, they see it for the first time, and they want to do more. And that's what I want to encourage.
Yeah. And I think what Larry said, just to add to that a little bit, it's sort of what our thing is. It filters out a lot of people when we say to them, "Hey, have you ever been down to one of our shows? Have you ever supported what we do?" And it's amazing how many people go, "Oh, I've really meant to come down there, but I haven't got a chance." And I say, well, we've done 75 shows over 5 years, right? And more so than not, when I say, hey, why don't you come down to the next show, come find Larry and myself and let's talk about it, more so than not, I will never hear from that person again. Mm-hmm. I think it's just, I don't want to say it's human nature.
It's a weed out.
It's a process of weeding out, but listen, let's be frank here, right? It's a selfish program, and and a lot of bands are very selfish. They want people to come see them play, but the last thing they would do is go see somebody else play or support anybody else. But there are, with having that sort of that filter in place, there are people, there are bands, there have been bands that will be down at the next show and will be there. And go, and they'll say, you know what, I get it, 100%, I get it, and they'll come down, and support, and they will be there show after show after show, to the point where it's like, yo, you know what, Larry, we gotta fucking put these guys on already. They've been down to the last 3 fucking shows. They're hanging out on the sidewalk. They're punching the clock. They deserve respect, and that's what it's about. With what we do, in order to get support, you have to give support.
Yeah, exactly.
Right
Exactly.
on. Yeah.
I mean, that's how we operate.
I do know that a cool thing happened a few months back. Some band had written to Drew, and sometimes, a lot of times, Drew will pass something to me like, can you talk to these people, So I'm sort of not a buffer, but just, so I talked to this band, and they were asking about something. I said, hey, you've been to one of our shows? No, what are the shows? So they said, well, we're playing Brooklyn that night, playing Philly the night before. We'll come by. And they did come by. And they were on their little mini tour. And what did you do, Drew? You said, fuck it. And we let them play.
Like, the show was going fast. The show was like some band just played, and they had a short set. and I found out that we didn't have to clear the room immediately after. And I was like, yo, what's up with you guys? You got all your gear? You got your they're like, yeah. I'm like, you want to play a 15-minute set? They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I threw them up there, like, ladies and gentlemen, boys, the stress balls from Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's part of the spirit of what we do and what Punk Island does. And we threw them up there, and everybody was like, wow, who are these guys?
Yeah.
And they were fantastic. And that's what makes things fresh and exciting. Doing bold moves like that. I mean, that's what's up. I mean, we live for that.
They were playing a show that night that I didn't ask them. I don't need to ask them, but the show they played with us when we put them on that day was better than the show they played that night that they had planned for months and months.
Well, A7 is a magic room. I mean, that's for sure. Yeah. Hey, I want to mention everybody that's watching. I don't think we've sort of we sort of haven't really touched on this in a certain regard, but that's right. June 27th on Randall's Island. It is Punk Island. It is 11 a.m. till 8 a.m. It's all ages. It's all free. An incredible amount of bands are on the bill. We have a Back to the New York Hardcore Roots stage this year, and on our stage, if you are wondering who is playing our stage this year, it is Oedipus Triple Rex, Serial Poets, Concrete Burial, Corporate Plants featuring Cindy of the Lunatics, Brass Knuckle Brigade, Bronx represent, Ryan Bland and Ake. We're doing the My War thing, which is going to have a whole bunch of singers and it's going to be a real blast. Chemical X from New Jersey, some young blood, Enrage from Staten Island, and Butterbrain will be on our stage. So we have a pretty eclectic, fun stage going on this year. So everybody have to come through. Hey, can I take a really quick sponsor break and then we'll come back for just and we'll wrap it up. We'll do some questions from around the world.
Yeah, I got a couple notes too, but I want to say when you come back,
a couple notes, huh?
Couple things I just want to put out to the world.
What are you, Jimmy Breslin now?
I'm pulling a rat bones. Hey, look at this for sale.
I got a couple notes here. All right.
And I have a couple of questions.
You're scaring me, Larry. All right.
Give me the hook.
Yeah, I'll see you. Goodbye. Give me a minute and we'll be right back. All right. That's what's up. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live, talking about Punk Island 2026. We are sponsored by blah, 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 blah. And Minty Fresh Presents. They're a promotion company that put on hardcore metal shows at Locals Bar in Manalapan, New Jersey. Founded by Chris Gullis of Bulldoze and Frankie DeAngelis of Silence Equals Death. The shows are all ages with plenty of free parking. The kitchen's open all night and the bar till 2 a.m. If you're a band looking to play and you don't totally suck, or if you do suck, but draw a fuckload of people, reach out to them at mintyfreshpresents@gmail.com. Ticket pre-sales for events are available at mintyfreshnj.com. Check them out on Instagram at mintyfreshnj and help spread the word to support DIY hardcore and metal in central New Jersey. Minty Fresh Presents. Come on now, Gamma Bass Guitars, founded by Joel Milstein, built from one simple belief: finding a great bass couldn't be that hard or this expensive. After decades around music, tone, and gear, he stopped searching and started building, creating basses that actually deliver where it counts. No gimmicks, no over-engineering, just clean design, lightweight feel, fast necks, and tone that shows up whether you're on stage or in the studio. Excuse me. Most Gamma basses are built to order, so it's not just another instrument off the rack, it's yours. Check out these fantastic instruments at www.gammabassguitars.com. Mention the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live and get 25% off. That said, post your questions. Don't be shy. Let them fly. Go deep. Get weird. Want to mention just real quick before we bring everybody back. This Saturday in Tompkins Square Park, the weather is looking good. So make it happen. Get motivated. It is Starcar, The Phoenix Within, Incendiary Device, hot off the new record, New York City, and Mephistopheles this Saturday in Tompkins Square Park. Then Sunday, May 31st, we were back at the Bowery Palace, free 16+ matinee with Overthrow, Brass Knuckle Brigade, Destroy Myself, Cancer, Fracture, and Tied by Fate. And then Creep Fest on Sunday, June 7th at the Bowery Electric, Rebelmatic, Incendiary Device, Silence Equals Death, Chemical X, and Scarborough. That said, let's bring our co-host Lori Dawn.
Hello.
The infamous.
Listen, Nate had left a little message
Oh.
in the private chat.
Read it, please.
Shared in the public comments. May 29th, Leg Drop Productions is going to have their 4th annual Punk Island benefit show. So that's important. All of the stages have their benefit shows to make the magic happen. So check it out. I just put it there. Can you bring that up on the screen? My comment from Nate. Yeah. So so it's going to be at the Broadway in Brooklyn, and they'll have a bunch of bands playing, and it'll be all to support the production Punk Island.
Let's bring Antonio and Arlene on and ask them. We see, and I had one as well. But tell us about the benefit concept and how that works with Punk Island.
Yeah, for sure. So all of the stages are required to do at least one benefit show that obviously benefits Punk Island, and then they could obviously do benefit shows that will help them with their stage. But all that money, we pull together all that money so that we can, cover our insurance, the portalettes, the dumpster. There's a lot of bills that we have to pay.
Yeah.
And we have to keep Punk Island. We want to keep Punk Island free for everybody. And that's where we get all the money to pay our bills.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, and that's also a great way for all the benefit shows for anybody. I know, Laura, you were asking about volunteering earlier. Also a great way for people to come out and get to know all the organizers and talk to us and, put a face to the stages, because like the Pigeon Pack is doing one. Nate just said Let Drop is doing one. Antonia and I already did one, but it's a perfect opportunity to get to know us and talk to us and not be as crazy as day of Punk Island when I'm running like a chicken without a head,
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a question from Jonathan. I almost feel like I can answer this one. Have you hosted international bands? How is the process like? Antonio?
We have in the past. It's difficult. It's getting more difficult every year. I tried to book a couple bands this year who applied from Canada, and there's a lot of stuff going on at the border. There's a band called Stop the Presses who was booked for Pooza, who got turned away going north to Canada. So it's a difficult time. We've definitely booked international bands in the past. Normally, it's just bands who are coming through, and we just align. I know that way back, Zounds from Australia was booked. I think they flew in for that too, which is insane. Yeah.
We had Seppuku Pistol from Japan one.
That's the best show. That 2018. Y'all got to look that up. 2018 Seppuku Pistols, an amazing 15 piece Japanese drum band.
It was Taiko drummers, and they covered Sex Pistols and all that stuff. I'm sorry, I get excited.
I love how just if anyone's thinking about coming, it's what's incredible about Punk Island is it's so eclectic. I just in the last 2 years I would just wander around going who's this? Look at this, and then go to the next one and go, and who's this? And I just and where else can you go to an event and see literally 100 bands in one day?
Yeah.
I mean, if you have if you have a severe state of OCD like I do, and you have the patience of an ant, basically Punk Island's a great place for you because you could just keep walking in circles and see 100 bands in one day.
And for free.
Antonio, you wanted me to share this little link that you put up here?
Yeah, that's Seppuku Pistols playing Punk Island.
Okay. I'm going to put that up in the comments right now.
Very cool. That was actually facilitated by Make Music New York. which again is sort of like a parent organization, and they do help with things like insurance. But the Seppuku Pistols were coming through on tour, and it just lined up perfectly, and it connected us through Make Music New York, and people still talk about that set. Yeah.
Let me bring back on the Jimmy Breslin of hardcore, Mr. Larry Kelly.
Jimmy Breslin. Now, okay, one of the things I got on my list, I'm going to run through this real quick. We want to thank Fryette Amps for providing the backline, our friend okay? Fryette Sound City. Okay, Minty Fresh, we love them. Steven for making non-hay flyers for our shows. Josh for the cards. The other night we had, it's a little off subject, but I'm going to make it quick. At Bridge 9, we had this band Outspoken, a California straight edge band from the 90s, play here. They were great. How Much Art, Pat Flynn from Have Hearts band played. But I want everybody to look up this band called Step Up. I'm posting a story about them. These kids came in here, and they weren't just a bunch of kids these guys are pros. They're literally 16, 17. They were so good. Please check them out. Step Up. So the one thing I wanted to bring up is a trivia question to see if Drew would know it. It's funny you say Jimmy Breslin because he's a New York thing. So, Drew, and before anybody else Googles it or whatever, two brothers were born on Governor's Island, the spot of the first Punk Island show. Do you know who those two brothers are?
Two brothers?
Two famous brothers were born on Punk Island to a military family.
Yeah, this sounds really familiar. I thought, you know where I thought you were going? I thought you were going to the Jimmy Breslin Son of Sam connection. I thought I was about to go Son of Sam. But,
no, I know they're doing over Cortlandt Park, but
this is just two historic famous brothers born to a military family.
Yes. I could give it away instantly by saying
there's someone just the Menendez brothers?
No.
Is it the Wright
that's
brothers?
kind of a good guess, but what's that?
The Wright brothers?
No.
Okay.
No.
Who was born on Governor's Island? Two brothers. The Marx brothers. No, that was
they were comedy. They were comedy.
Okay.
Oh, two comedy brothers.
Yeah.
What two brothers do?
I could say one line and you'd know it, but I don't want to give it away too easy. But anyway, that was the first Governor's Island Punk Island show. The two brothers.
All right, fair enough. Here's a question. Funnier. Are they fun? Are they funnier than the Menendez brothers? I would hope so.
Well, Mom liked one of them best.
Right. Here's a question for you guys as we head down the home stretch. Hegs asks, what's the most difficult part of putting on this show?
Antonio, do you want to take this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's we've developed a really tight system of putting the show on so that when we get to the day, everyone feels prepared. And that's the biggest change between the earliest years and now, is that we do the work beforehand, and we train everyone. We make sure we have what we need. We make sure everyone has what they need to do a good show. And by the time we get to the day of, if we're still worried about something, then we didn't do the work. So I think it goes pretty well. But there's always issues with permits, and permits, sometimes they don't want to get back to you until a couple weeks ahead. That's always an issue. But yeah, I think we've got it going really smoothly these days.
Yeah. I think we had a scare this year. I don't know if you guys saw that. Who was it? Zohan Mamdani announced that parks should not be approving any more permits around the time of the World Cup. And obviously, Punk Island falls right in the middle of the World Cup since it's here. But we were lucky enough that our permits were approved, I want to say back in February.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, no, you're fine. You're already approved. I'm like, okay, good.
I know that was a little a little stresses. And here is one of my favorite shots that was sent to me for the show. Here is Arlene and her wolf. Did you bring the wolf to Punk Island?
I did. We brought him to the first year we were back, which was 2024, to Randall's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Wow.
I wasn't running a stage that year, so I had a little bit more of a
beautiful.
time to like, let's walk around.
That's a handsome
Looks
fella.
like a dire wolf.
Thank you.
Yeah.
His name is Lupo. That's my baby.
What are some of the things that people should be prepared with? What should they bring with them, and what shouldn't they bring with them?
Great question.
Okay.
We do. We post a list every year.
Okay, perfect.
But on our social media. So obviously it's a hot day. Bring water. Sunscreen. People don't think about it. Sunscreen. Bring some snacks. I mean, we do have food vendors on the island, but it doesn't hurt to like munch on some stuff so you could just keep going. What else? Any sort of like if you want to bring an umbrella, to keep a little shady. Don't bring anything in glasses. Don't bring firearms. Don't bring alcohol. Don't bring drugs. People tend to forget that Punk Island is free. It's all ages, but we're also like a sober festival. We have no alcohol. We don't sell any alcohol. Even our vendors don't sell alcohol, and definitely no drugs.
Yeah, I would also recommend there's no ATMs on the island, but everybody is selling merch. All the bands are selling merch. Everyone at the Zine Fest is selling merch. So bring cash if you support the bands. That's the best way to make it attractive for the bands.
Yeah, well, Women of the Pit will have sunscreen. We'll have some cooling towels as well. So and we'll have a shaded tent. I mean, there'll be a lot of shade provided by the tents. So.
Mm-hmm. And you could walk around the island. You'll find a tree that you could set up camp by, right?
Yeah.
That's
and
lovely.
619, our first aider is easy to find.
So we have every single tent is equipped with a first aid kit.
Important.
Yes.
And if there's a serious issue, we always have stage manager badges. So if there's a serious injury, like you break a bone or something, or get a concussion, let us know, and we will do our best to help you. And we will definitely figure it out.
Did you get that? Did you get that? Bring deodorant.
I love that. Please bring deodorant.
Yeah. Peg says weed isn't a drug.
Oh, Pegs, of course.
Oh no! Yes.
But
it is.
Like I've said this before, it is a beautiful space. It's a beautiful area. New York City is looming in the background. I mean, I honestly, I really think that's what really hooked me into it. Being a lifelong New Yorker is, like I said, I went to a couple on Governor's Island. Hey, Larry, didn't you play a second time with Up Your Bucket?
No, that was on Tompkins Square Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were at that show. I remember. Yeah.
Right. Okay, but being there on Governor's Island and then playing the two shows in Staten Island, that was very, very kind of concrete and soulless. I thought, boy, when I went to Randall's, I was like, this is beautiful, and this is a beautiful New York experience. I really felt like it resonated with me as a New Yorker, but I can only imagine for people that travel to the show and bands, like this is like a dream of bands to come and play such a New York centric event. So that's really exciting for a lot of the bands. I'm excited for a lot of the bands that get to trek to New York and be a part of this great event, for sure.
That's awesome. Hi, Tara.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Hey, Tara. Yeah, bring snacks.
Yeah, bring snacks.
but Laura, you mentioned All Ages Soberfest. Antonio, like Randall's Island is Randall's Island's in New York City is a park, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And
it's an interesting question, right? Because it's actually not part of the New York City park system. It's part of the Randall's Island Park Alliance. It's actually why we can do a long day. As you know, with the Tompkins Square Park shows, your sound permit only goes 4 hours.
Correct.
If Randall's is not part of that system, we can do a long day.
Right.
Nice.
I just, what I was getting at was, I'm assuming like open air, alcohol containers are a no-no, because in New York City, you can be ticketed for this, and it also brings heat on the organizers. So if you're coming, listen, alcohol, dragging alcohol around is not a really good idea.
No.
Smoking
Hey.
grass. I don't know how that fits into all this. I don't think you could smoke in public parks. You can't smoke in parks either.
I don't think you can.
No.
That's a great point.
Yeah, yeah.
I got to close the store.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get that. The Smothers Brothers, Drew.
Smothers Brothers. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mom liked you best.
Right.
I'm still up by the military.
If you call your dad and you tell him you didn't know it from that clue, he's gonna get mad at you. Anyway, I gotta close the store.
Thanks,
I'll
Larry.
see you guys on the day. I'll see you this weekend for the park show. Any help we can get able-bodied people with the stage would be good. And look up this band, Step Up, please. Talk to you
Okay.
soon. Love you guys.
I love you, man. Take care, Larry.
Bye.
Oh, gee, thanks for reminding me, Larry. By the way, if anybody out there is watching, we need help this weekend to put together the Tompkins Square Park show. We need help in the morning loading the stage out a couple blocks from the park. We need some able-bodied, strong people to help with the stage. We also need some help in the park to sort of deal with getting garbage bags onto the fence and then cleaning up when the event is done. So if you're out there and you're coming to the park and you want to help, please reach out to me or Larry. We need people. Can't do it ourselves. That said, hey, great, fantastic show. Thank you, Antonio and Arlene. It was really fun. I feel like we could do it. I feel like we could do it again next week. It's great, and as you know, maybe as we get closer, one of you or both of you guys can pop on as things get closer. Just like pop in for a couple minutes and talk about it. But Arlene, as we head towards the door, anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout out?
Thank you to all the Punk Island organizers for always doing a great job year to year. I'm very excited to be doing this again as a lead organizer this year. And to answer some people in the chat, can bands and artists submit for this festival? Unfortunately, no. Submissions have been closed since February. So, but if you're looking to submit for 2027, we usually open our submissions at the start of the year. So we opened it in January this year. We're probably going to be aiming for January next year. And we're all booked up for the year for our festival. But thank you. Hopefully we'll see your submissions next year.
Yeah.
And go to our website and sign up for the mailing list. We will let you know as soon as they open.
Yeah. Antonio, anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout out?
Just, the Punk Island Collective. Arlene, I think you're doing a great job this year. I can't wait to see you again next year in this role. Just the community, man. It's really the highlight of my year. Just like the RBNX guys were always saying, it's like punk Christmas, and it really is. So just come out, meet some people, see some new music, and then just build the scene.
Right on. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you, Antonio.
Yes,
I'll see you on the Punk Island meeting in another week or two. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah, and we're so excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. So we really appreciate it.
Definitely.
Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Nice people. And
Very.
I have a lot of respect for them. They really work hard. They work hard. They have a lot of passion for it. And I'm excited to be a part of a bigger thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited to be a spoke on the wheel. I just want to be a spoke.
Just one little spoke.
I'm tired of being a hammer. I just want to be a spoke.
The whole wheel is just too much work nowadays.
It's
the younger generation.
I just want to be a spoke.
Yeah.
I don't want to drag this sled around anymore. But we're excited. Women of the Pit is going to have a table under a tent. But,
under a tent. We'll have snacks. We'll have some, we'll have some supplies. We'll have some, cooling towels and sunscreen, things to keep you cool. So it'll be nice. It'll be a very nice day. So, Yeah. Where'd you go? Did you disappear? You're on mute.
All right. Let's get going.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for
Take
putting
care.
up with my tired butt today.
I'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. That was a great show. We will see you 1 week from today for the big banger. Spread the word. Waddy is coming 1 week from today. And we will be in the park this Saturday. Come through. The weather's supposed to be nice. Saturday, park. Sunday, Waddy. Thanks a lot, everybody. Until next time, do good things. And good things will happen to you.
Conditioned by indoctrination, conditioned by society. You're a victim of the digital age, a 21st century casualty. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes.